Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Schmoe show, where we talk everything Schmoe down every week. We are European-based and also South African. Oh, I never know where to point. That's sorry. We had a big week in the Schmoe down. We had a lot of happening in the teams division. We had a number one contenders match. We had a teams match, both very impressive. And since we don't have predictions today, because we don't know the schedule yet, we'll probably sort it out sometimes next week. I thought we have more time, so I'm just going to ask all of you, how are you? How did you feel generally about Schmoe Down this week? And what was your favorite match? And let's start with Ben.
Okay. Wow, so many choices there. What was your first question?
Oh yeah, I just have to say that
Okay.
we weren't prepared for this, so let's surprise people.
I'm good. I felt a bit like Akon earlier, but lonely. But I'm good. My favorite match. Tough to pick between Shazam, Corruption, and the IG match.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of good matches this week. Liam, how do you feel?
I'm good. I had a good weekend. My badminton.
Thomas, what are the three matches?
Well, we probably know that the Star Wars matches are going to happen.
Yes.
Right.
We'll figure it out later. But yeah, all good. And my favorite match, it might be the obvious choice, but was the title teams match of Shazam. I put the Odder couple because I think that's a nice name for that team.
Yes.
And we'll see what happens with them.
But it should be Otter couple, like otters, like the animal. Okay. Sorry.
We are not American.
Bad suggestion. Nobody liked it. Matt, how are you? What was your favorite match?
Well, I'm good. Thank you. My favorite match was Corruption versus Danger Zone. That was my favorite one. Yeah, because I didn't expect what happened to happen, so I was surprised. And this week was very, very good. I think this pay-per-view is probably my favorite, weekly pay-per-view, top to bottom. If I'm watching the quality of both matches, I think this is my favorite so far. Of course, free for all doesn't count here, but from those monthly pay-per-views, this is my favorite so far because both matches was very competitive and so awesome. And surprising in both matches, like Janine actually
I'm just going to
played.
quickly pop this up. So just before we will be talking spoilers, so please go ahead, Matt.
So no, it was surprising because I didn't expect Corruption to win, and I didn't expect Janine to do as good as she did. To be honest, she was better than Jeff in this match, I didn't expect it because she was also just thrown into that match. She did. I think that she didn't prepare much for the teams format with Jeff, so I was very surprised pleasantly. And this is my favorite monthly pay-per-view so far. So it was a good week.
Okay, so nobody asked me back, but doesn't matter.
Teresa,
I'm great.
So we were expecting you to say.
Okay, so I love all of those matches this week, but like the other couple and Shazam one was just like 101 points again. So I think it's on par with what happened in Star Wars for me, and for it to happen in teams, that's just crazy. So I love that, and that's it. Okay, so let's go into it. We will start with the pay-per-view. We already have the spoiler banner up, so there will be a lot of spoilers. You are warned. And can we please start with the
Leo
Danger
Logan?
Zone?
That was a good choice of match.
Yeah,
an amazing
there was
match.
really good matches this
I just
week.
watched it today, and it was like just chilling. It wasn't like the intense matches that we have every Friday, and I really, really enjoyed it, and it was impressive. Yeah.
So do we want to
Okay.
start with this
Yeah,
one?
I want to get it over with. So, as everyone knows, a big fan of Danger Zone. I do love corruption, but seeing Dan lose against them for the 4th time isn't my favorite thing to do. But we
Like
have a
Madonna.
lot of corruption fans here. So let's start with Liam or Ben or any one of you who wants to talk
I'll
about
start.
this great match.
I'll start because I chose the wrong bloody corruption. Chose the wrong damn corruption for our prediction league.
Yeah.
I should have gone with Ace and gone with corruption. But oh well, I messed up. But yeah, that was an awesome match. Watching Ben Bateman do the repeats in the first one, I kind of understood why, because my first thing when that question popped up, it was when there's no more room in hell, the dead will
Oh yeah.
roam Earth. And my first thought in that was, it's got to be Night of the Living Dead. And I'm sure Bateman was thinking the same. Is it night or day or dawn? And so I think that's why he asked for the repeat. But then them using all the repeats in the first round, I thought, oh my word, this is terrible. It's going to go badly.
Again.
Yeah, then Dan kind of wasted a repeat because he didn't get the answer.
Yeah.
Then in the last one, Ben wasted the repeat because he didn't get the answer. Oh, it was sad to see, but they did well in the second and third round. They got 100% perfect.
Yeah.
So.
They were perfect, and it was too late. Yeah.
Who's Liam, me or you?
Okay, I want to say before Liam talks, one great thing about this match is that Liam was seriously considering changing his pick, and he didn't.
was. Thank you. I was going to bring that up, so thank you for bringing that up. I didn't watch it all.
I really needed to. I really did.
Yeah, I was this close, and I did a watch along for the FCL with Teresa this week, and I brought it up. I said, you know what? Before going in when we did our predictions, all I had in my head was the last title match I could remember with Mike and how he didn't do very well against Shazam. And I had that in my head, completely forgetting the fact that they had beat the Shire Wolves and they had beaten Founding Fathers twice or 3 times, whatever it was. And knowing that it's 3, isn't it? Yeah. And Dan Murrell seems to have this thing against corruption where he just can't seem to get past them.
They're his kryptonite.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to say,
I just had to. I was so close, but I didn't do it because I just thought after that team's tournament, I did say whoever won the tournament, I was going to pick in that match because I thought it'd be deception. And if it was deception, I still think they may have done it. But
I just want to say hello, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
Justin does what's better in the Facebook group. Who do you love
And he
more?
also does the caption that.
Fellow Dan admirer.
Yeah.
Welcome. Still don't want to talk about it, Matt.
Okay, so
I'm getting there.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say it like this. When I watched the first round, I just thought to myself, okay, now it happened to Danger Zone what happened to Rushmore last week. They had a very bad first round, and
very bad.
Actually, Chance was just like Dan against Rushmore in this match. So I was just having a flashback of last week and saying, okay, after the first round, I just said to myself, okay, corruption is winning this. It's like I don't know how to say it. It was weird. It was the worst dance performance this season, for sure, I think. And Bateman didn't play as well as I think he can. And Chance was just on fire. I just want to first give love to Chance, because I think that
Yes.
not so many people are talking about how Chance
Not
did.
enough.
I wanted to do the
Awesome.
same. You did what I was
Player
going to
of the week.
So yeah, him or the oh my god, I can't remember the name player who played in Inner Geekdom, and
Haas.
went per Haas, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to talk about Chance and his awesome performance, because I don't think that many people are just talking how good he did on questions that neither Ben Bateman or Mike or Dan knew he knew. And yeah, I just have a feeling that this year is gonna be year of those two fan leaguers who came into the league at the same time, him and Oyama, as I said before on this show. So I'm happy. I'm happy Corruption won. I'm happy for Chance and for Mike. Ben knows I put when I saw the match, because I knew that Ben was watching it live. Next day I just put Daniel Bryan's yes into the chat, and yeah, it was awesome match, and I honestly think that both teams got, I don't know this, but I think that both teams got spinner's choice, because I have a feeling that what Danger Zone got is one of those.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
one of
sure.
those Ben Bateman's categories he learned for the match, and then.
Oh my god, those sighs and like, oh no.
Yeah, he needs to work on his
You would
accent.
never do that if you got a category you don't like, because then you would.
I just had a feeling. Okay, this is a Ben Bateman's category. Good. Okay. So yeah, but it was the awesome match. I'm happy they needed to answer all of their questions. It feels like they really deserved it. And sorry, Corruption, I think that I will still go Shazam and they will play, but yeah.
It's hard not to, isn't it?
Shazam only loses at Spectacular. And that's a good choice for Player of the Week, Justin.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I kind of agree. I know there are players who had better percentages and percentiles of whatever. She was put in this match, in the championship match, without much notice, with a player who I like very much, but sometimes I think can be difficult in some situations, and just so much pressure on her. And dude, I love Jenny.
Should we move on to that match?
She's amazing. Yeah. No, I need to talk about it.
You want to talk first? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the problem is, like, I don't remember seeing Bateman or Dan have this bad of a round one. I just don't remember. Like, they always put up 7 or 8 points or 9 points, like, for years now. So this is just, and it's nothing against Corruption, because they deserve it. They played really amazing. And like what Chance did in this first round, very impressive. But like, it sucks that it always has to be Dan for them to beat up, you know? It's like, can you pick any other team? You play against Shazam and then you do terribly. And every time you play against Dan Merlo, I'm just, I hate it. But I loved what Dan said in the... Okay, Ben? What?
I would take that as a compliment, because it means that they put out their best work when they play Dan.
Yeah,
they
of
see
course it's great. I just can't be happy about this. Like, I'm sorry. I loved how Dan defended Ben in the post interview. How like it really seemed they are just on the same page. And what he said about playing against Corruption, he said, I won 1 and lost 2. I will play him 10 times just to win another match. And that's just from the GOAT to hear that. It means a lot. So yeah, a little bit sad about them both missing Electra, because I was like, I thought that Dan is studying for the IG, and it's like that wasn't I got it, but everyone has different strengths, and it's subjective. But I was like, damn, both of them. So yeah, and they couldn't save themselves. The worst thing was, I kind of forgot that it's a 3-round match. So after the second round, I was like, okay, we can make up this difference. We have 3 more rounds, And then they were like, oh, and this is the last round. And I was like, oh no, they lost. This is the end. So yeah.
Wow. 1 for 4.
That was
That's mad, isn't it?
I have to say one thing. Mike is an amazing player. He definitely is in Rushmore, probably number 2. I agree. But even if you are a champion again, even if you defend, this will still be like you won 7 championship matches and then Merle won 13. So I'm sorry, it's not even close. He's a great player, but no, it's not happening. And I like that Danger Zone is using those repeats, because I don't need to hear the third question in the third round 3 times just because they have repeats saved. And I'd rather they get more points in the first round because of it. So I think it's actually a great strategy.
In both matches, they used them in the first round and then they didn't need them in the final round.
Yeah.
So, it didn't quite work in terms of them getting the answer correct, but maybe that time may have got it correct. I think it's a good tactic as well.
Yeah, I just think, like Kate said it best. She said, if you're in labor and you don't use your meds, nobody will give you a medal. It will just hurt.
Exactly.
So I do agree. I think that's actually a great strategy. I know they will be back. This just is like, I know people hate Ben Bateman, but he won like 3 tournaments in teams. He was in 3 amazing teams, and I just want him to get that belt at least once. So I'm frustrated, but happy for Corruption. They needed those points more. I'm not having flashbacks to the match of Rushmore. I'm having flashbacks to last year when Corruption was last, and then they started climbing. There was another faction that was first, and they had such a big lead, and it's starting falling off. So that's just, I don't want to comeback. I don't want this to happen to the dungeon. I don't want this to happen to them. So
I also think Corruption have 2 star teams, and I don't think any other faction has 2 on that.
I'll be honest. I don't want the dungeon to win because they are the super faction of this season. I don't want the super faction to win.
I don't agree at all. You have on one team, you have Irwin, you have Lishin and Miller, you have Drew McQueenie. On other team, you have
but I mean, they have
Kalinowski and Chance,
but
and
hang on
you
a
have
second.
GT and Roka on the same team. Like,
hang on a second, because I know you're saying that the usual suspects have the 3 strong people that they signed, but I think they have like 8 rookies in their team.
Yeah, but
which is second only to
Stock Exchange.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not their problem that people didn't sign Di Malanta. It's not their problem.
No,
people,
what I'm saying is that the dungeon have got Dan Murrell, Mara Knopik, Ben Bateman, Adam Witt, Molly Damon, Parker.
Yeah, I agree, but
they are the super team.
All of the other teams could have done the same thing, and they didn't. So and it's still like Finstock Exchange got all rookies, but they're also brilliant, and they're doing. It's not like it's not even this race for the faction championship. So I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. Everybody said at the beginning of at the end of the draft, everybody said Dungeon are going to win. It was the same as last year with the Finstock Exchange.
Yeah, but I can't change that everyone is stupid and they don't remember last year. Like, I know that even though Dungeon has some heavy hitters, it might sometimes be even more difficult because you don't have the easy matches, you don't have the rookie matches, you don't have, like, even if you train, every time you play someone like Ethan Irwin, like, Molly Damon is a great player, but, like, she might not even get points this year because all of her matches will be against Harper, against people of that caliber. So I kind of don't agree. I think they picked a really hard way. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
can I just quickly say?
Let's go to the other match.
I didn't say too much, so I just wanted to kind of reiterate Matt's point regarding Chance, because the whole promo and all of the talk before, no one was talking about Chance. It was all,
Yeah.
oh, Mike needs to. Chance is just going to get a perfect round. We know that about Chance. It's what Mike does. But I don't think it's that easy just to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Murrell and Bateman could not go perfect in round one, but Chance did. That shows how good of a player he is. And I just think he needs to get a lot of credit for this match.
He
And
does.
for
And
me,
he knew the 5.
he
Yeah.
is player of the week for me, but I can completely understand why other people have gone for
It's
Janine.
just Janine.
And I think both picks are great picks. And on that note, let's move on to the title match.
I'm not depressed anymore because it's okay. Dan has a perfect round 3 times in a row, and then he doesn't.
No,
The second match.
Liam, can you
This
stop
is the
hating
best-
on Merck now?
Oh my
Well,
God!
we know.
Yes, Mercs
can't
are
hate.
on a tier, and I'm so happy. Like, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What I said about Mercs was the issue I have with the faction as a whole is they have to rely on Shazam and Dimalanta. I'm not wrong.
You aren't, but I said the same, and then said that I think it's okay to rely on those 3 because they are going to do it, and they are doing it so far. Like, wow, 2 of I think the best matches this year so far. And I'm just going to say Janine also was in 2 of the best matches of this year for me, and I'm so glad she was there. I'm very happy, and I'm very heartbroken at the same time. Again, because Janine is a spectacular player, and she missed 1 question that whole game. She got them through round 2. She got all of her questions in the speed round, in her first speed round ever, and she played so strategically. Jeff obviously respected her, and it was just amazing. And if this team stays a team, then everyone needs to get scared about them. Ben, did you want to say something?
I would just like to say when Jeff said, "Oh, it's a 5 point of musicals. Where's Andreka when you need him?" I thought, "You have Janine. What do you mean? Where's
Sorry,
Andreka?"
I'm just laughing at Thomas's
Thank
comment.
you, Thomas. Or no. Okay.
He's our heel.
Thomas, that's
just
how it is when Dan Murray is playing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm just, this is a condition, guys.
You should see our private chats. She's like, "Damn it."
Yeah, I am. I wasn't actually this week, but yeah. Normally I am. But Shazam, them. I love them, and I love them even more than I did. And this is, I think, the best match any team ever had. And they just have great communication, great chemistry, and great knowledge. And I'm so happy they are champions again. They do deserve it a lot, and it doesn't get enough credit as one of the best players we have. And if you find the tenderoni, that is okay. Very happy to see Brendan Meyer succeed. What did everyone else think? Matt, let's start with you.
Well, I was rooting for Shazam because, as we said, Shazam, Mercs really needed at those points because if they lost, and I know that either stars are not in the good spot either now.
Yes.
But
they were in the worst spot.
Yeah,
so.
But to be honest, Mercs is more my style than the stars. So I said that I will pick Shazam almost every time when they play. I would pick them if Danger Zone won. I would pick Shazam because I don't know, those 2 guys.
They just have something.
I don't know what it is when I watched them together, and I was really happy. I really wanted to say this because I knew most of you will heard talk about how Janine did good and great, and she did. I just want to say that I was so impressed when Kid said to Bibbs, no, you are wrong. I'm right. And that won them the match. So I was just like, okay, good. So Kid has his voice with Bibbs. If he has to shut up Bibbs, he will do it. And I think that is one of the mark of the great teams, not just knowledge-wise, but chemistry-wise, when both players are comfortable enough to say to other person, no, you are wrong. And that's awesome. And that was the like big takeaway from this match from me. And kids reaction, I was so happy. It showed how much it meant for him to win this match. And
Yeah, and just going to say for Bibbs playing when he didn't feel well this way, like that's very
That's
impressive.
true.
Awesome.
They did start with -1. Also, Justin, you'll have a rivalry with Matt now.
Unfortunately, I couldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, the one thing is that after this match, I'm not as worried about Stars as I was. I think this is no shade to Mark and Draco and Jeff Snyder playing together. They were a great team. I just think this team might be even better because I think they are even more like well matched. I think they maybe complement each other even more than Odd Couple did.
Do you know what the good thing is now? Now maybe we will have a match when JT and Snyder will go head to head in teams.
Hopefully.
Yes, and Janine will win. Yeah.
Do we know if they're staying as a team? Like, has that been confirmed? We don't know.
It hasn't been confirmed.
But why wouldn't they?
What about Jacoby?
Is there a better combination? Yeah, but like this match, if you
because they'll now be a 0-0 team, so they're basically starting over.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
And they played so well that I wouldn't like. She played well with Jacoby. It was a great team, but I think this is already like on level with the best teams we have. So
yeah,
I think it's a smart choice. And what would you do with Jeff if not? You need him in your first team, I think.
Player of the year, remember?
Liam, do you want to?
Yeah, I guess my points would be, I think when Shazam was formed, everyone put Bibbs as the A player of the two. I think Brendan has proven now that they are on the same level, and they are both like top star, A-star players. This was unbelievable for the team to go. It's never happened to go fully perfect. Both going 9 for 9 in round 1, not dropping to multiple choice in round 2, betting full points in the betting round, getting every single question in the speed round both ways, and hitting your 2, 3, and 5. That's insane. Like so you cannot do any more than that.
The second team missed 2 questions in a 5-round match.
Yeah,
first round questions, and that was it.
And the thing is, Bibbs was again the first one who did it, because Bibbs did it first in singles against Barbarian, right? And then now he's again first with his team. So
and you have to give credit
and his teammate Dimalanta is also the first one who did it in Star Wars, and
you have to give credit to the odd. I'm going to call them the Odder couple because I like that name.
Otter.
I don't know. Odder. We're not going Otter. But,
I know. I thought it was funny.
Like they made it so they could do that, because if it was another team, they probably wouldn't have been able to get them to the 5. But they played so well together that they were able to allow them to go fully perfect because they kept pace the whole way. It was just both teams played so well, and I'm so pleased Janine got to be the star, pun intended, of the team, because it was her category of the second round, which Jeff just let her do.
So you can make bad jokes. So.
Yeah, but Otter,
dude.
so Jeff just allowed her to run that category, and he just backed her up and inputted when he can. And that showed that, to be fair to Jeff, like that showed he trusted her, and he was happy for her to go for it. She proved last week that she's capable. Amazing match, and it's probably my match of the year now, because I don't think we've seen a match where someone's been pushed that far and having to go perfect the whole way. So just brilliant. And I do want Janine and Jeff to stay together, although I feel bad for Jacoby because I liked Blackjack. I just think it makes a lot of sense for them to stay together with what happened.
I actually didn't want them to split at first. I was like, I think it's going to be Janine, but I don't like this. And now I'm totally on board. Great. And I probably
And I have a perfect name for
Malanza.
them.
Okay.
I have a perfect name for them.
Otsu couple. Is it Otsu
Ghost
couple?
in the Machine.
What was it then?
What at the machine?
Ghost in the Machine.
Ghost and
Goat.
the Goat and the machine.
Goat in the machine.
Oh,
Ghost. Like Ghost in the
Okay,
Shell,
I was
but Ghost
like,
in the
yeah.
in the machine.
I just like Otter
Okay.
Couple, not Otter Teresa. Please stop trying to make that happen. It's never going to happen.
If you repeat
To quote Mean
something.
Girls.
Okay. Stop making fetch happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
like
agree,
it,
Justin.
Ben. I do like Other Couple. I was like, why would they call them Odd Couple also? But Other Couple, I think it has its charm, so I really like it. But Ghost in the Machine, not bad. Ben, do you have something to add to this, please?
Yes, I do. Okay. I love Shazam. I'm glad they won. The Mercs are second. Oh, second place in your face, Liam.
I don't hate the Merc.
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm fully on the Koi train now. You know
Everyone
this,
go
okay?
after
I
Liam.
do.
It's so satisfying.
He's good.
Trust me.
But yes, I love this team. I love Janine playing. She was in a draft fantasy league that I'm in. She was one of my major picks that I have missed out on, and I really wish I had her. But I think I said this will be her year. I'm hoping it will still be. As they said on after the pay-per-view, if Schneider and Janine play together, there will be a 0-0 team. So they will basically have a restart. So that'll be awesome. And then, I'm sure if not by the end of this year, next year Janine will be a champion.
But she will be a champion this year. That I can't.
Yeah.
No, I can't go another year without it. I think
No.
a lot of us can't. She deserves it so much, and she just put up 2 amazing performances back to back, and I love her so much. So
Yeah.
she's going to have it
And
soon.
and
And I never
the-
thought
the
I
only-
said it, but I want Snyder to get a belt because he's with her. That's wow.
It seems like the only losses she has so far this year are against either champions or the next champion. Because if Marisol becomes the next champion, then she will have lost to the future champion, and she lost to Shazam, who are champions. So this year she's only lost champions.
Okay.
And I think Marisol can do it, and I hope she does.
I have a question.
She will.
Which bracket
Definitely
goes first? Like who's playing then? The winner of the Erwin Oyama stuff, or
yeah,
the
It's
winner
going to
of,
be
yeah?
according to Thomas, it's going to be Roka and Bateman and Erwin and Paul.
Yeah, I know, but
I
those
think
guys are
Marisol.
going first after the
Yeah.
after
No,
championship.
because Marisol and them are only playing their number 1 contenders at Collision. But whoever
the winner
wins
of the
between
bracket
yeah.
is
Yeah.
going first.
versus
makes
Okay,
Dan
then it's
at
okay. Then
Collision.
I think Marisol really can win because then always defends. And after that match, I don't think we will see another performance like this from him. I think he will go probably perfect in his next match. So
I think
Marisol can beat
Hopefully
him.
faces
Okay.
Marisol.
I think Koyama is gonna beat Dan and then beat Marisol, but that's just me.
Sure. Like I always say, everyone can have a dream. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's go to Upset City, please. We should visit the Upset City because he's back and he's amazing. And he didn't miss a question. He missed 1 steal, and that steal, you could obviously see after the match that he knew it and he was angry at himself. So it's going to be really hard to pick between Ace and Harper. And I'm just going to say about Sean, it just happened. I think he's much better competitor than that match he played. And sometimes, like he said it in the first round, he was always 50-50 and his gut just wasn't going his way in this match. and it happens. I hope he has another match and it's a better match for him, because I think he can play much better than this. But yeah, Ace and Harper is going to be a bloodbath. I'm really not sure who has it from those two. Ben, let's start with you again. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Ben, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I was hoping Upset City would work this time, but it didn't quite. Because can you really call it Upset City if everyone is going for Ace? I don't think you
No,
can.
but I just think he built a city that is called Upset City, and we now visit it
Yeah.
often every year
And
because it's already a
I was
city.
hoping
That makes sense, right?
Sean would kick him out as mayor and become mayor of Upset City.
Yeah, he could do that, but yeah. But Ace
I was
was
just
too
hoping,
good,
okay?
even if he played
I
one of
chose
his
the
best
wrong
games
bloody
ever.
corruption member.
Yes.
Oh, Sean played okay. He played well. I think anyone else, if he was against anyone else, maybe Lacey, or I would love to see a Sean Sullivan versus Adam Witt at this
I
point.
said that as well.
Two.
Yeah.
It would be the second one, and that's the only match I think.
I think
Sean
I'd go
Sullivan
Witt this
won.
time, though, to be honest.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd love to see it again.
It's hard. Like I really think this wasn't indicative of Sean's skills, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's one of the players who would go perfect this year. I think maybe nearly perfect, but not like Harper or what Gold Leader is doing. So he could have a great match. I just don't think he would beat Ace either way because Ace went perfect.
I think Ace and Harper are playing this week, so we can give our predictions about that if you guys want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just now going to log into Patreon because they said that on Patreon post schedule is coming early, so maybe on Patreon.
Excellent. Cool.
Maybe
Then
on
maybe after our
Patreon. Yeah.
predictions. For this match, I just want to say Ace is now making my life really difficult.
Yes,
Because
that's
I was so sure that I was going to pick Harper, and now he's made me doubt that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Ace winning the tournament last year was amazing. If Ace wins the tournament this year, then that's just ridiculous because like that will top last year's achievement for me.
Yes.
Because I just think,
and it would be Upset City again because I do think people will probably pick Harper, and I don't know if it's wise after what happened last year. I don't know what I will do.
Yeah, I it's a tricky pick, really tricky pick. But I will give credit to Sean. He was able to avoid the TKO, and I think that took a lot to pull back those 10 points. Although if Ace did get that steal, it would have been a full knockout, which would have been rough. So I know Ace was I actually liked the fact he was angry with himself for not hitting that because he played amazingly, yet he was still annoyed that he missed that one question.
Which wasn't even his question. It was a steal. And
I know. So it just shows how dedicated he is. And I do think being in a faction with Kelly and Chandru, you can tell that they're studying like mad. And I just don't know who I'm picking now. It's just made my life hard. And I love Ace, and I kind of want Ace to win. So I'll think about it, and we'll see what I pick later.
This is one of those
Speaking
matches
of Kelly,
where... Okay, go.
Speaking of Kelly, that cutscene between her and Grace, you could cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
That was so good. She played it perfectly. I really didn't expect her. Like, she was pretending to fume the whole first part, and then she was like, "Oh, it's really nice to see you." I really didn't expect that, and she, amazing. So Matt, what did you think?
Well, okay. So I have a same sentiment as
Thank
Liam.
you, Thomas. Thank you.
I really hoped that Ace would win, but maybe that he didn't win. So commandingly, so I can easily pick.
Yes.
Because now I don't know. I really think that okay, him.
Let's
and,
all be angry at Ace together because he made our
yeah,
lives
because
difficult.
I really think that both him and Gold Leader and Laura Kelly and every single player who isn't a Dragon Con player really wants to prove to
Yeah.
all the fans and
Mhm.
stuff like that that they can beat Dragon Con players, and
Yeah.
that's something that can be very powerful. So I also don't know who I'm gonna pick.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
That's-
so far the
it's
only
tough.
person to beat a Dragon Con player has been Gold Leader. So
That's true. That's true. But this is Ace, and like I know that I think Liam said it when we texted or something that we didn't see Ace like answer his 5-pointer, and I was like, yeah, but
yeah,
that's like his expertise, right? That's what we saw him
Yeah.
answer again and again last year. And now, if he worked really hard on his round 1s and 2, like that's just
And he's-
it's
he's
It's
studying
really-
with the future Star Wars champion. So
yes. He and Laura must be like one of the best Star Wars players like on any team, and they are both together. So yeah.
I'll give my
the one-
pick when we
the-
do it, but I might agree with you, Thomas.
The one thing why I thought I might not pick Ace and pick Harper was because I was like, maybe he will do like overthinking something, and that's probably what happened to him in this match. So I don't think he will do it again. Like I think he will be just so focused in his next match. So that's no, I don't want to pick, please. And they are both very nice people. That's not fair.
And they're
Okay.
on two great factions as well.
Yes, and like the one thing, Swag and Dan both need those points. So
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we should probably move on and go to the next one.
yeah. So we're not picking for that match yet. We will do it. Later.
guys, unfortunately, there is no schedule on Patreon. If our listeners or watchers know some matches that will happen this week, please write them in the comments so we know.
Thomas said it'll be the. Thomas said it's
Star
going to
Wars?
be the Star Wars match of Harper
Ace.
versus Ace, and it's going to be Roka versus Bateman for the PPV,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Oyama versus Irwin.
Oh no.
So we can do those three.
Is that
Okay.
the pay-per-view, both of those matches?
Yeah.
That will probably be like the Battlefield, right? Because I don't think there's an undercard and overcard.
Or
Yeah.
throwdown or something.
Yeah. Wow, I don't want to pick, please.
Oh my
so-
God, Roka versus Bateman. That would be so hard to pick.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah.
go Bateman 100%, and then I saw this match this weekend. Why? Why? Okay, let's get.
Well, I know who I'm
Yeah.
picking in each one, so
Yeah, I do as well.
This, I
Okay.
have to comment, Liam.
I will go
Mark has the
last on
goods
this.
Mark has the goods is one of the best banners we ever had,
really.
and I hate to compliment Liam because he's evil, but I did it, so you know.
I was so proud of this one.
Yes,
Like, I won't lie.
It's amazing.
As Ben,
It is
I
so
laughed
good.
out loud for like a minute, and then said to him that I was looking at the banners. So
Yeah.
good job.
Thank you. That
Okay,
is
so-
the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
Great, that's
Justin just said this, so maybe
Yeah.
we should pick like both
Okay.
of them.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
pick both
It's
of them this
probably-
week.
It's probably both of these matches, and we will have one another.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, you said you wanted to go last or first?
Last.
Okay.
Because I have
Yeah.
just a big.
Can I
thing to
lead
say.
this one, please? Because
Go for it.
No.
ah,
Yes, you can.
how dare you?
can. Well, I'm the host today, so I have all the.
I know. I
hope.
know.
Go for it, then.
She's
Go
our
for it.
Euro queen.
Oh.
I really loved this game. I like Matt said to me, Haas is probably the best Archie player right now, other than Mike and
No.
Mara.
With the best performance, I said that.
Yeah. He had the best performance, and he did better than Barbarian. He did better than John Humphrey. He got stuck with Spider-Man, which we all know is difficult as heck. So I really love this match. Moose Haas is an awesome name because Haas in South Africa is a rabbit, so he's basically a moose rabbit. So yes. And then I just love this match. I feel very, very sorry for Whitneben though. The poor guy. He gets bumped by Juice. Why, Juice? Why?
I love that scene though. got to be honest.
Yes, I agree completely, as I always do with Liam. Yes, that scene.
Yeah, my banner, which has just been removed, says it all. Mark Haas is amazing, and he is a 4-division player. So that makes him really scary.
It's so scary.
I have a feeling he's
Why?
going to be as good in singles/teams than he is in a geekdom. And if so, if he's paired with the Barbarian, look out, because that would be amazing.
Oh my God, yes.
And I feel like if that team, they just know such not like a wealth of knowledge, because I see Barbarian's pretty good in Inner Geekdom as well. This is someone who could be on the Mike Mara level for me, Chandru level. I need to see him play more, and obviously we didn't see him taken to the end of the match, so I want to see more from him. I kind of want him to play Amaru next, because I think that would be a good matchup, and if it would be good to see Amaru.
Crying.
Why would you do this to the usual suspects?
I kind of think Saul.
Saul.
Why would you do this to the devil? Oh my God, I'm going.
Saul is
a good choice as well.
Yeah,
I like
had a
either
pretty
of them.
good showing. Yeah, Saul has a pretty good showing. Something like Hos did. So yeah, I agree with Saul.
Yeah, now you said it, I actually like that.
Because you love
more.
suspects.
Yeah.
I'm going for Amaru. Yes, give him Amaru.
I would rather Kate lose the point than Sam. Yes.
And no disrespect to Witterburn, but I want to see him play someone who has had a better showing, and I think could take him to a sort of 5-pointer. I want to see how good he is in a full 3-round match. But he looked really good. He looked really, really good. I may be wrong, but is he the first one to go perfect in round 1 in IG? I'm not sure if that's true.
This year?
This year?
No.
Yes.
No,
No.
both Hannah and Parker went perfect.
And Mike.
Okay.
But he
Mike.
he's
Yes.
one of the few. Like, it hasn't happened very often, so I have to like give credit for that. Witterburn, I don't know if we're going to see him again now. Like, I liked him, I liked his personality, but I just think the way the league is stacked, I think it would be really hard for him to get another match. I don't know if he showed enough to warrant one, whereas other players who lost, I think, such as Swift or even
I'd just like to bring up
Robinson could play again.
I'd like to bring up a comment at this point that Thomas made, which does kind of prove well, because I agree with it. This also is good it also shows for the Paul Walter Hauser match as well. As long as you don't give up, Sam's happy with you, and I think even if we're going to free agency, I don't think he will drop him, but we'll see. Maybe he'll go into a tournament and do better.
The one thing I think is like a key difference between Sam and other managers. Yes, he is great in game. Like, if you compare him to someone like Gucci, who didn't almost manage anyone this year, Sam is really supportive, helps you with the game, can calm you down. And he was great with all of his players, always great internet, and always is there. So that's awesome. I just think usual suspects are not like the training regimen faction, and like Finstock exchanges and some other factions are. And I think it might be hard to win if you don't do that, if you don't study together all the time.
And that's a good point, Thomas.
Yes,
Thomas,
that's
I
also
agree.
true. Yeah.
I agree, and I want him to. I just don't know if he will get one because of how stacked the league is. That's all I'm saying. But
It's
I'd like
true
to
that
see
I
another
that
one.
I
Bye
think
bye,
they
Justin.
Bye
Thank
bye,
you for
Justin.
Bye,
joining.
bye.
Justin.
Thank you for joining us.
We love you. Thank you.
Okay, so I think like you'd rather give probably someone like Gather the match who didn't even have an IG match this year than give maybe like we'll see. Maybe they'll be
We'll
able
see.
to
There'll be
do
a
all of it.
tournament, so I'm sure he'll be in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'll just say,
Okay.
I'll just say that he's one of the players, just like Christy V, that I'd love to see again and see do better, because I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I just wanted to say. So thank you. Yeah, there are players that they just don't play great in their first game, and it happens. And we want to see everyone at least twice, maybe more times, to know, because people can improve. People can be nervous. I know I would be nervous. I'm nervous doing this show. Like if I had a match, I would probably faint, and so I can't ever judge the players for their first, maybe even second match. I think like he showed a lot of character. He showed he gets this
Yeah.
show. I'm more disappointed in players that play great but don't know what the game is about and don't know the rules than players you can see
Yeah.
are trying. They don't give up. They do their best. And that's what he did. And also he brought juice to us. So thank you. And has why? Why you seem so nice and you are so good. Why would you go to the Finstock Stock Exchange like all of the other great nice people that are there and are playing amazingly? And I'm just
Like Taylor Robinson,
I'm
who I'd love
I'm
to see
like,
go
do
against
they?
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm like, do they even? I'm sorry to say that I love Barbarian and I'm the one always advocating for him getting more matches, but do they even need him this season? Because has put up a better game than Barbarian did this year, and they are not putting him in singles and teams, which is his best, like where he plays the
Okay, yeah.
best. So I'm like very disappointed with like of how much we saw the Barbarian, but on the other hand, I'm so impressed. They are getting so many points without even having their third sign to play. So yeah, Haas was brilliant, and he seemed to know a lot of the Star Wars questions, at least like judging by his facial expressions and stuff. And he got the one steal, so that's scary. And like you said, if he's that great in singles and teams, then they have like 8 players that are amazing in singles and teams. You have GTE Roka Barbarian. You have Griffin Newman, which I think will be awesome. You can pair him with anybody. You have Tyler Lieberman, who almost didn't miss the questions. You can pair him up with anybody. Also, you have Kim Taylor Foster, which we expect a lot from her.
Who are they going to keep? Who are they going to keep?
They
There's
have
so
like
much talent.
4 awesome teams. That's yeah. I'm just
Isn't this
Good-
only their
good for you,
second,
Gucci,
Thomas?
you
I think it's only their
SOB.
second.
Okay, go for it, Matt. Go for
Matt?
it.
Okay. This match was. I just went into the research mode after this match, and I have a couple of things to say. So I'll start with this. I think that when they did the draft, like we said, when Barbarian did make a dossier and interviewed people, I think he's because I think that Barbarian is this what I'm going to say next. I think he tried to put and find people who are not necessarily like Schmoedown fans and got into the games because of the Schmoedown, but because of their trivia buffs and like movies. I think that he wanted to find just trivia buffs, people who are going to the like pub quizzes, who are doing internet trivia, because he knew they will study like crazy, and I think that that's maybe why Taylor Robinson doesn't belong into this faction, because all of the people,
That's
all of
harsh.
the no. I didn't say that she she doesn't have knowledge, but I think that all of the people I saw are are like that type of people who are like trivia, who are just trivia buffs, people who are going to the pub quizzes and stuff like that. Because Barbarian started that way. I think that his goal was try to find people like me, and he did. Hoss is a trivia buff. You can see it. God Leader said on the backstage.
I mean,
I was the know-it-all all my life, and stuff like that.
yeah.
So it's working. I'll be honest.
To be fair to Taylor Robinson, though, she's been a fan of the Schmoe since day
she
one.
was.
So
Yeah, and that's why I would much rather see her in a Quirky Mercs than in Finstock Exchange. Just my personal preference, but okay. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind if Finstock Exchange won the whole season as long as someone else is getting Manager of the Year, not Finstock, because all those
Barbarian.
rookies to come together and win the season, it would be such a good story. It would be really phenomenal, to be honest. All the rookies to
what
be
are you even saying? Why would you say that?
It would be.
I don't know. I don't want Gucci to win the faction of the year.
No, Gucci.
If he wins that, he will maybe win.
No, he won't. Come on, he won't. People wouldn't just pick him because the faction won the. Shannon almost lost to Roxy Manager.
Yeah,
I think this is a slippery slope, and I don't know if I like it.
Okay, but I'll say this: after this match and what I saw from Haas, I really think that Finstock Exchange could win both Star Wars and Inner Geekdom tournaments this season. It's possible. It's really is if Hess plays constantly like he played on this match, because he got opponent's choice and he got the category he spun away from, and he still went perfect. So I think that's telling a lot about how good he is. So they could. I think that they can win both tournaments. I think that Gold Leader does have a chance to win the whole Star Wars tournament. And after what I saw from Hess, I wouldn't be surprised if he won the whole Inner Geekdom tournament. As we said, his performance was on par with Mike and Mara and like veterans who we know and love. So this match was just surprising. I was really sad for Usual Suspects. I wanted them to win, and I wanted them to win on Friday as well, because they really need those points. But
they'll climb back up.
Yeah, I cannot be mad when Haas played that well. He deserved it, and he's just in the wrong week, because he also, in my eyes, also deserves that recognition, maybe as a player of the week. To do that, going perfect as a rookie in your first match, it's not an easy task. So yeah, and with opponent choice.
Yeah, it's true what you said, Thomas, because I mean, Bibbs played 100% when he first played, and then he went downhill from there.
I did say,
it's just really impressive, especially in Inner Geekdom for me. Like, I don't think any other person other than Parker had a performance like this as their debut in Inner Geekdom, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not saying like the Inner Geekdom is the hardest. It's just most impressive for me, because even like with the pool we have of the players we have, like there's not that many. Like, people are never rushing into Inner Geekdom because I think, it's the hardest for studying, I think, because you really have to know everything. It doesn't matter. Like, Bateman can say how many times he wants to, that it's only 300 movies. That's really a lot if you have to know them back to back.
Yeah,
that's
you
just
have to know the detail.
A lot.
And you got to go deeper into those 300 movies than you do for any of the singles one.
Yes.
I think that Bateman would not do good in either Star Wars or Inner Geekdom, because you cannot moneyball like he is doing
I
Either
think he
you
could do
can-
Star Wars. I do think, like, if he really
No,
wanted to,
I
I
don't
think you
think
can
so.
study for Star Wars. I think you can. You can, like, if
But,
he
like,
gave it a whole year, I do think
60
he can do it.
days.
No,
but,
not 60
maybe,
days.
I think maybe if you face someone like Sean Sullivan, he would do well. But if you face someone like, say, Molly Damon or Laura Kelly, there's no way he's beating them.
Yeah, but now he's a little scared. So he said 60 days and he could beat Goddard, who wouldn't study. Well, then, yeah, probably. Goddard's not a Star Wars player. Yeah.
Maybe.
If you give it 60 days and you don't give... I think the fair challenge was give Goddard 30 days, give Bateman 60 days, and let's see what they can do
Yeah.
together.
Goddard will win.
I don't think he meant he could play on a championship level.
Goddard will crush him.
Yes,
I
and
know.
I want to say that.
Best bet.
Yeah. I love how they always bicker on the backstage. It's my favorite
I
thing.
love it.
So I would love this match.
Shall we talk about
yes.
the last match?
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
I'm
Oh,
not
what a
as
good
proud
match.
of my banner for this one, but I'm pretty proud of it. It's not as good, but it's not bad.
I think it's the second best one actually. I really
thank
like
you.
It's pretty good.
Yes. So let's talk about this match. This was. I'm impressed again. Like, I'm so impressed by all of the rookies, but especially people who come here because we want, like, more famous people here to get more fans. And Paul Walter Hauser, for his first performance, he missed one question. Went to multiple choice a few times, but still missed only one question. That's so impressive. Like, and Josh Horowitz, if I got it right, this might be his first match, and then they filmed the team's match. I'm not sure, but even if it was his second match, still, he also missed one question. So that's how great of a match this was. It was entertaining. I liked both guys a lot. I like the apple cider vinegar thing.
That was awesome.
I love that we have all of those people who will take off their shirts in the Schmoe down.
And then we
need
got
a lot of
a
that.
cameo from Gucci.
Take note, Koi.
Yes.
Take note.
Yes. The one thing I'm sorry about is that they pulled this match off, and we weren't able to finish our watch along. We wanted to do a watch along, and
Yeah.
the match was so entertaining that I was like sad that I watched it alone. But it was just so great. I just enjoyed this, and I hope we see
Did
more
really well
of
in
both
that
of
video.
them. Yeah, and also like Sam, I think, is now best he ever was at managing in game. Like, I think he's doing so well with his players. I think he's doing it perfectly. I do think maybe the suspects need some change, but this is not it. It's not his managing in his games. He's great, and Koi is just, now that he has a great internet, he's just amazing always.
Okay,
So
I'll just say on Sam's managing, I think he has a, if you can call it a problem, I wouldn't call it a problem. He has the same thing as Koi. What Koi said, he's drafting the people he likes, he wants to work with, and I think the Sam is the same. If he thinks you are a good person, good fit with him, and stuff like that, he will draft you. I think that's the main requirement to be a suspect.
But is it a problem? Because Kaiser always says that he is drafting people he would go to beer with, and
no, he said that
and it's
he
working.
didn't do it this season.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
said
but then you
in
saw the photo
many
where
interviews.
all of them went to get beer,
Yeah.
like the whole dungeon. They obviously love each other. Like, Bateman and Mike were there at the same time. So I don't think that's the issue, because it's working out for Koi.
Yeah.
So maybe it sometimes works out, sometimes not. But Koi is in the second place now. Like, he's even before the Finstock exchange. So it's working out for now.
Yeah.
We will see if
Okay.
if his star players will overstretch like Liam.
He has another
likes
star
to.
now, though, and that was my concern. I think Josh is great,
Yeah.
and he played really well in the press room match, and this proved he is a really good player. I was concerned that the reliance would be on Shazam and on Dimlanta, as I said. but Josh could do really well as well. So they have another opportunity to gain points here. But I have to comment, I didn't expect Paul to play this well. Some of his pulls were really good. His 5 points,
Yes.
I was like, there's no way he knows that, and he pulled it out somehow. It was really impressive. Really.
On the
impressive.
other hand, Jane is the sister of Keira Knightley. For some people, especially me, it was like, dude, that's obvious.
I knew Josh's quite easily. It seems I had to study it for 2 years in English, but even so, he got it, and I think both. I think his was a little easier, but that's just luck of the draw, isn't it?
It's just
Really?
but always subjective. I like Pride and Prejudice.
Exactly.
I saw it too many times.
I was forced to watch it through doing English for 2 years at college. So
and then you were so happy you did it because it's an amazing movie.
Well, it made me get the 5 pointer right to a question. So definitely worth the 2 years of hell to do in English for 9 hours a week.
That makes me so upset that they pulled it, because we would have seen Teresa and Liam get 5 points in a singles match.
Yes, we would. This is probably the first 5 pointer I ever knew. No, well, maybe not the first, but like one of the few. And they even said it's Rosamund Pike, and she's like the second biggest girl in that movie. So I thought like but I understand they only gave the name. They didn't said anything else. And if you're a guy, you probably saw this once and were like, okay, never need to see this again.
Yeah,
never seen it.
I wouldn't know it.
Yeah, then it's completely okay. Yeah, I'm just the
Um,
girl who loves Jane Austen specifically. So thank you, Thomas. Thank you for putting things into perspective. Does anyone else have anything to add? Are we okay?
I love that we got a cameo from Gucci at the end with Paul taking his shirt off.
Oh, okay.
He was
like,
giving
did I not finish this match?
Yep.
Their scene.
And then
Yes.
when
And he just seems so chill. Like
he is, I love it. And then when Paul got that Medea pull, I thought, he did a Stacey Howard.
That was like he really was impressive. And I think there's a few things he will probably like. It will take him a little bit longer, like the same as with Kevin Smith, like we said, getting to know the game and stuff like that. But his knowledge base, I think, is quite
even though
with everyone else.
Even though he doesn't know the game properly, he seemed to do pretty well. I mean, he learned it pretty quickly, so.
I'm going to say that in other rookie matches, Mark Ellis doesn't say like 4 times that you can go multiple choice or repeat. But
I'm okay with it though, because I get it.
I'd rather this happens than them than looking like fools because they didn't. And I like it. I just think it might be good to just do it in rookie matches. If you just do it for everyone. Remind them at least once, because everyone spaced out during those rules, like they do. It's just there's too many of them. So yeah, but I did like it. I liked it. He probably wouldn't get there without those multiple choices. So I think it made it a better game. Okay, so great week behind us. Let's talk about FCL.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes.
FCL.
Okay, so
I watched it this week.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to put Liam on spot again. I'm going to say the names for him so he doesn't have to, because I'm great like this.
Thank you so much, because I can't remember.
2 matches. We had the Battle of Roberts, the Battle of the Reactors.
Robert Montana.
And
the other Robert
Adams. Yes. Great match. Let's go to Liam.
Yeah, so my first time, I watched the very first week, and then I've sort of caught up here and there. I watched the Star Wars matches; they were fun. This is my first time watching it properly. I watched it with Teresa; it was a lot of fun. I will say, in general, that just before talking about the matches, I think seeming as it's live when it's taped, the graphics are incredible because it looks like the Schmoe once it's been edited, but they're doing it in real time. So like massive respect to all the crew on the FCL because they're doing a really
Yes.
good job. Steph and Brad have really good chemistry. They've got some bits now, which obviously I didn't realize because I haven't seen it, but they do this thing when they spin the wheel and it's really fun. And like when they take the mick out of Lag, which I really like. And then in one of the matches, when he was about to announce the winner, he lagged out, and it was really funny. He was like, "And your winner is," and then he paused for 10 seconds, and we thought he was doing a bit, but he just literally his connection went, which was really fun. The first match was quite competitive. It was really good. I think it showed that Robert Montana, who we know from Late to the Party, is probably one of the possibly a mistake not to have drafted into the league. I think he'll be one of the first from the FCL to be picked up, along with possibly Vanessa, who's also had some good showings in the league. But yeah, I can't really remember it very well. I know he won. That's right, isn't it, Teresa?
Yes.
I also have to say, while I was watching, I was trying to look after my dog, so I was kind of half watching, trying to also half dog sitting.
Yeah,
so
we
I
enjoyed
wasn't
that
Can
very
I
much.
ask a question?
Yep.
Is this Robert Adams' first match or second match?
Second. It's both of their
Okay.
second matches.
Okay.
He played great in his first match. He was, I think, perfect or almost perfect. This just didn't like.
I really like the
sometimes
channel,
happens.
so I'm glad to
Yes.
see him do well in there. So
Yeah, I like both, like Late to the Party and Cine Fanatics. I think they're great parts of the community. So I'm great. I'm very happy that they are involved in FCL. Yeah. And the second match is John Knight versus Andrew Furtado. They're both heelish. There was a lot of stuff happening before this match. John Knight went to Twitter and hacked like accounts of competitors and after shows and FCL and everyone, and posted like embarrassing pictures of Andrew Furtado with some messages, which I think was awesome. So yeah, and this match, Andrew did ultimately win, but it was very close. The thing is, they both lost their first match, so I don't know if we will see Knight again in the near future. But I think it was a great match. Andrew Furtado and his getup, he was like,
he kept
like he
eating
was on a spy
chocolates.
mission. But it was covered in all of the bars and sweet drinks and stuff, which I needed. I needed that.
Yeah, it made me really jealous because I really wanted chocolate after watching it. And also in round 2, there was a category we haven't seen in the Schmoe because one of them spun Fast and Furious, which I thought is a good actually could transfer over to Schmoe. I quite like that as a category, although I don't like the films myself very much. And he did really well in it, as did we. And I've only seen one, and I got 3 out of 4, so I was quite pleased with that. Questions were quite easy in that category, to be honest, but it's also objective. But yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed watching it, and I'm going to try and keep on board a bit from now on, so I can help Teresa with the FCL rundowns.
Yes, thank you. And we do have a championship coming, as Thomas said. I'm not sure if it's this week or next week, but it will definitely be soon, and we'll be talking about that on the show after. So are we having some storylines this week or not?
Well,
predictions.
I don't think
we didn't. There wasn't really any, was there? Because it was mainly about Janine.
there
I
was
mean,
things.
I did kind of allude to one.
You mean
earlier.
the Shazam one?
No, Laura Kelly and Grace.
Oh yes, there was a lot of scenes.
And,
We didn't move the story too much, but we had a lot.
But poor Jay, he's almost at the point of being fired. The poor guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm afraid for what he's going to do if he is, because he seemed to be like on the verge of a breakdown. So I hope he will be okay.
Well, he just moved.
Yeah, he may. If he gets fired, what if he like goes to Andrew Guy and tells him the truth?
That's another thing.
Oh,
Andrew Guy. That's what I wanted to say.
I
Andrew
know.
Guy in the IG match. him
Yes.
going into like, oh, it's 2017, it's 2017. That was awesome. I want to see
Yes.
more of that, please.
Yes.
I think he will.
And is Mark involved really? That's
Yeah.
that's
Is
that's what I
Mark
want to
the
know.
head of the Schmoe?
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Yes. That's a good question. I
Who
hope
knows?
they will answer it soon. Maybe not soon. I really like this storyline, so let's go with it for a while.
They
Mm.
maybe they answer it on Collision or something.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think
So
that's a
and
shout at Matt.
I want to shout out another scene because I think the Shazam scene with
And this-
Koi was awesome, and also Liam finally found out that Koi is hot, so it was a big day for him, big scene for him. Liam, do you want to
You're
tell us about how
digging
hot
me
was
out
Koi?
here, Teresa, but I yes, that's correct.
Never. Yes.
I
Okay. We
Didn't
have it
quite
confirmed.
realise it, and I'm now definitely a quirky Merc, and we'll leave it at that.
Yes, I'm so glad that all of the wins and all of the points didn't convince Liam, but seeing Koi working out, that's great.
I'm extremely shallow, and that's the only thing I care about. Let's move on to predictions.
I get it. Yes. Okay.
Do we
so
know?
let's
Like,
do-
what can we do? What do we actually have available?
I
we're
I
doing
do
the two
trust.
Star Wars matches.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
we
trust.
will do-
Well, let's do only the one that will be this week.
We don't
that
know who
for
it will
sure.
be.
We don't know
Well,
which one.
Thomas said
We
it
don't
in
know.
the chat like 3 times.
Thomas
that
said
it's Ace of B
Justin
Harper.
said, yeah, and Justin said it's gonna be a gold leader versus
So let's just do both. If it's not this week, we
So
can
we
carry
don't
it on
know.
to the next.
Let's do both. Let's do both. We will have it for
But-
next week.
Yeah, but if they do like they usually did, so it should be first the left side of the bracket.
Yeah, but I think it was also because of the teams tournament was going, and now
Yeah.
that it isn't, maybe they will do one. Let's
Well,
do.
Either way, I think we should bring this up because Matt can now gloat to me.
No, it's
Oh.
okay.
Oh, so
Yeah.
the only
It's okay.
change is Ben is now one further point behind.
Yeah, that's the only change.
Oh, I wish I changed my mind. I was so close to picking.
Yeah,
Really was.
Yeah, I'm so glad
Well,
you didn't. It's like the
yeah.
only thing, the only reason why I didn't cry for like 2 hours, but only 1 hour after this match. So thank you.
And sorry, everyone. The reason why we didn't put up the Shazam one was because we didn't know up until the last possible moment that Janine was the person.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, we found out in that match, and I think we probably would go all with Shazam. So
yeah.
Liam was thinking about going with Janine and Jeff, and it would be a good pick after that match. But I think we might all
Unfortunately,
go
he
with
didn't.
Shazam, so it wouldn't.
Unfortunately, he didn't.
Yeah, I agree. So
Okay, so let's just do
So
the
let-
ones we think we know, and it doesn't really matter if it isn't this week. It will be just
yeah,
fit for the
yeah,
week
we can.
after.
I actually think we probably know. So let's do it. Let's do the Star Wars
Yeah.
matches first.
I'm gonna say mine out loud because I don't have writing
Okay.
material.
I
here.
think let's say all of it out loud. I think let's change it. Let's not write it down. I
Okay.
will do 3, 2, 1, and we will say it at the
Okay.
same time. Okay.
What's
So
the
we will
first one?
start with Ace v Harper.
Oh my God!
I
not
will
that one.
give you all. I will give you all a minute to think. This will probably be the closest one we saw yet in the
What am I
tournament. I
thinking?
think it's a really hard one. Do you want to go with the second one first? Are you?
They're all tough.
Or are
They're
you?
all tough, to be honest.
I'm decided, so I don't care. But
I'm also decided.
Okay.
yeah, let's
Let's
go
do
for
it.
it. So Ace v Harper. 3, 2, 1. Harper.
Harper.
Hopper.
Ben.
Ace.
Okay.
Yes.
You're
I knew
going
it.
for it.
I knew it. Yes.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I feel like I need, in order to catch Teresa, I need to take risks, but I feel like this is a risk worth taking
Yes.
after his performance.
Mhm.
I think Thomas Harper's gone to multiple choice in one match,
Oh my
and that's
God,
the
I'm
only
so
point
happy.
he's lost. Ace missed one steal. So they're pretty much evenly matched. And I had a feeling you would all pick Harper. So I thought, I don't mind going on a whim for Ace because I think he genuinely could do it. even though my pick for the tournament was Harper, I'm gonna go Ace because I need to catch Teresa, and I don't mind taking a risk on this one.
I think that's actually a really like a calculated risk. I think this is like 51-49.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's a good shot to try to shoot your shot.
And I love Ace, so I
yes.
really want, my heart is with Ace, so I can root for him now in 2 ways.
And
Yeah,
I
this is
think, if I'm honest, this is one of those things where if they played 10 matches, each one would win 5. So
yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I think it will be very close. I think Ace can win this. I do like them both. I do like both of their personalities, character, gameplay, everything about them. So I really don't want either one of them to lose. But the thing is, Harper is just becoming such a big favorite of mine that I want him to win, and that's why I'm going with it. But Ace is a great player and a great person, and he's also always
looks like you're alone, Liam.
So
I expected that, and that's fine because I probably would have gone Harper had I not been behind Teresa, but I don't mind taking the risk on this.
I went Harper because I thought that if that Liam will take the risk to catch up to Teresa, to be honest, and then by process of elimination I have to go different.
We're not even like trying to find like we're not like, oh, it's because this player is better.
No.
We're like no.
It's because I had a feeling that if Liam is going to take a risk to catch up to Teresa, this is going to be the match, and so I have to go with like sure thing, and nothing is a sure thing in this match, because I also want to catch up to Liam. So I went Harper, but
and I'm never doing strategy again.
I was struggling, to be honest. Who I'm going to
this
pick.
This is one of the hardest match this
I'll
year
be
to
honest.
pick,
I'll be honestly. I have a feeling in my gut that Ace is going to win.
Thanks,
but,
Thomas.
It's just my gut feeling. But my gut feeling sometimes is right and sometimes is wrong. But I'm just picking Harper because I thought you would pick Ace, and that's it.
I mean, you could switch.
No, I won't. This is perfect for me.
It's like 49-51, so I just went for it.
That's what I just said, Liam.
Yeah, I know. I was agreeing with your point. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But then you have to cite me, you have to say Teresa.
2021.
Okay. Yes. Like when you want to cite Bibiani, Janine is God tier. I think that's one thing we should all take from this week. I agree, Bibs. She is. Ben, why did you pick Harper?
Hard pick.
Yes. That's the... Yeah, you said it so simply and beautifully. Much better than I, but it's the same thing I did. Okay, so... The second match, we don't know if it will be this week or won't, but we will pick anyway. Gold Leader v Zach to attack Burkett. And are we all decided? Give me nods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, Gold Leader.
Gold Leader.
Zach.
Okay, so I forgot you said you want... Yes, okay.
I knew he would do that.
Ben is doing it again. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what will happen this week. But Ben, why don't you start us off since you're the lone wolf again?
Everyone's going Gold Leader, it seems.
We are really predictable, right?
Completely lone wolf. Well, as I said, hard picks because I like him. I think he's awesome. This is the match that I wanted to see since January, so it's going to be an awesome match either way for me. Then, Zach has a disability that helps me to like him because being disabled kind of makes me like him even more. And he's part of the Stars, and never bet against Roxy if they're not playing Shazam.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it's smart because imagine how a person must feel if they don't pick their favorite team, like let's say corruption, and then they win and then they wanted to do it and then
Oh
they
my
didn't get
God.
that point. So I think that's very smart, Ben. I like it. I think you're brave, unlike other people. Yes, so I
Wow.
picked Gold Leader because I just can't not pick him. I do think that there's a big possibility that Zach might be much better than he was in his first match. There was the challenge, and he obviously didn't hear the question correctly. He didn't know if it was a planet or a moon. He didn't hear. So I think this won't happen to him now.
Also, on
And
that point, I'm very sorry for being so harsh in that last thing.
You're picking
Ben
him
really
now,
don't
though.
sweat
So.
it. I think it wasn't such a hot take. Yeah, it was kind of fair. But I do think he will be much better. So this will be probably a very close match. But the gold leader just is doing so well and blah, 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 blah. Matt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, God Leader is doing so well, and he's doing, to be honest, almost as well as Harper.
But even better,
in this.
right?
No,
Didn't he?
no. He missed in this tournament, yes, but in his first match he missed like one question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
That gives me hope. Thank you.
That's it. He missed one question, and the reason I picked Gold Leader because I do think that Zach has probably the same knowledge as I think that they are knowledge-wise they are just all of them are just like the same, but I think that God Leader is just much more calmer and collected person than Zach, because I did see shades of like insecurities and stuff like that in Zach, and I didn't see that in God Leader. That's the main difference in my eyes, not knowledge and stuff like that. I think that like God Leader is so confident and. That's why I picked Gold Leader over Zach. But his performances are also like it's hard not to pick Gold Leader. I'll be honest. Whoever wins on the side of like Harper and Ace, and if Gold Leader again has performance like he did against Marie, it will be really hard to pick the
Yeah, it might be
person
even
who's
harder than the
yeah.
Ace Harper match. That's tough.
So yeah, I'm picking Gold Leader because I think he will get me the point. I wouldn't mind if Zach won, to be honest. But I think God Leader has this match, unfortunately, and that's it.
Oh, so everyone talked. Let's go. Oh, Liam, I forgot about you. I'm so sorry, Liam.
Ha ha ha. Okay, so
totally wasn't prepared.
Yeah, that was so off the cuff and genuine. That I knew.
Insane.
I had a feeling everyone was going to pick Harper and Gold Leader. I know Ben hasn't, but I want to take a risk on one of the games, and I feel more confident in Ace. I think there's a better chance. I think it can happen in both. But I just think Gold Leader was so impressive in the last match. I didn't feel like I could risk it on Baquette. Even though I think he can do it, I just have too much faith in Gold Leader. I think he looks really strong.
Fair enough, Thomas.
Yeah, what Thomas said is 100% true. Like sometimes, and it doesn't even have to be when he's nervous. He just has it sometimes. So yeah, I think it might look that way, but I think he's very confident in himself.
I'm talking about body language when
Yeah, and he seemed like shaken in that challenge a little bit. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I just think that's the first match, right? And he has that over.
But that's the data I have, so I have to go with the data I have.
Yeah, you need to at least pick something. Yes, understand. Liam, were you finished?
Yep.
Okay. Really?
So we are going to the pair preview now, right? The two matches from the pair
preview. Yeah.
Sorry, Liam. Like, if you want to add something, do. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
Mean. Okay.
No, please, I'm fine.
Yeah,
no,
it sounds like when
I
say I'm fine to my boyfriend. fine.
And you're not.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Yeah.
Just crying.
It's a
like
trap.
tears.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Okay. So yeah, it will be
It's
be
a
for sure
trap.
close, and I think they will both play great. I think the X factor might be the managers, which I think Roxy is the better one. I don't think Gold Leader needed a manager yet, but like imagine him in a situation when he's down, he missed a couple. It does happen to everyone. So if he doesn't have Gucci there and Roxy is there cheering Zach on, it could like maybe affect the match a little bit. We'll see. So now to the pay-per-view, and let's do Roka v Bateman.
Oh my God! Can we do that second, please?
Okay, let's do Irvin v Oyama.
Okay, I know that one.
Okay.
Not
As
we all
much as
know.
this is the
I-
tougher one for me, but yeah.
I think they are all tough this week. Let's agree on that.
But for me,
so
this
Irvin,
is the toughest because I like them both.
yeah, and I think where one likes a little bit, the other one is a little bit better, so it like all evens out. But let's go with it. 3, 2, 1.
Oyama.
Oyama.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all gone him.
I kind of expected this. So let's start with Liam because I totally forgot about him and I feel so bad about it.
Thanks so much. Really touched me. Yeah,
Happy to hear that.
I was gonna go Oyama or Chance probably every singles match they have this year. So if they do play each other, I'm screwed. But they're not. So I think those two this year are going to win almost every match they're in, like in singles. I just think they both look unstoppable at the moment. And Oyama is playing so well. He's not had a bad match yet. He won the free-for-all. And in the teams matches, both of them, he played really well. So I have no reason to doubt him. Ethan's a great player. I still think he needs to know the game more. I think we saw in the teams match when they didn't use a repeat for the Kevin Smith question, which really could have used a repeat. It would have definitely they may not have got there, but it would have definitely helped. It's that sort of thing.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. But it's that sort of thing which gives me the edge to Oyama because he clearly knows the game inside out. And I think Ethan Irwin has an amazing base knowledge and probably has the best base knowledge of anyone. It's just the lack of... He's got much better, but I don't think he knows the game well enough yet. So I'm going Oyama.
Yeah, I'm going basically probably for similar reasons. Also like for swag, because I just think Winston is one of the best managers we have. I think he's one of the best managers like in preparing with his people, like being in game with them in every aspect of his managing. I think he's so great. So and yes, Paul is just, he has the knowledge. I think yes, Ethan has probably a bit bigger base knowledge, but he wants it so much. I think that's very important. If you're going for a championship, your hunger and how much you want this. Because like Ethan Irwin, with his knowledge and everything, he should be a multiple times champion already, but he isn't. And players like Dan, who still are like hungry after it, even after winning 6 championships, those are the players that get it like every year almost. And Paul is due. His last year, he played great and didn't get there. So I also want this for him. I think he deserves it. I do think Ethan is awesome. I think he's one of the, like, he's the most calm. He knows almost everything there is to know about movies. And he's so cool. And yeah, he did nice guys. So I'm going to be eternally grateful to him. So yeah, but Oyama is just on another level for me. Matt?
So I picked Oyama. I just have a feeling it's his time. It's time for him and Chance to finally do the things they wanted to do. Yeah, and Janine. And I'll be honest, I just have a feeling Oyama is going to be the champion at Collision. and he's gonna beat Dan, and then then he's gonna defend. And I just
It's
after
not
it,
a
I just
bad
want.
prediction.
I'll just want to say something that because Liam said that he's going to probably pick Oyama and Chance in every match they play. That means if Marisol is going to play Oyama, you will pick Oyama, not Marisol.
He said probably.
Yeah.
Are we all picking on Liam today? Did I not
I
hear
also
that?
said I was going to pick Harper for the tournament, and I picked Ace. So I don't keep my promises.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that because it was funny. And
Yeah.
no, I just think Oyama, it's his time. I will pick him. I really think he wins, and if he wins, I will pick him. Whoever wins against Bateman and Rock, I will pick Oyama again, and I can say that. And then I will pick him to beat Dan. And but I don't know. I just have a feeling
Bless you.
he's in. He is in the league long enough not to be nervous when he misses. His knowledge is awesome. He is the first rookie who was on the big run and won the championship and stuff like that. So he has a knowledge. I think he matured enough as a player to do to win the championship again. So yeah. Just Oyama this year. Oyama and Chance and Oyama and Chance. So
Yeah.
I would.
And Janine.
I will say this. Okay. I'll be honest.
Wow.
I would rather see Chance versus Oyama than Janine. But okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
It would. I'll be honest. It would be my
screen,
it would be my dream to see. I would be so happy if we can be in the main event of the spectacular and we have Chance versus Oyama as the main event. That would be awesome.
Amazing. Wait, what?
Sorry. Teresa
Come
requested
on, Chance versus Oyama.
to remove Matt.
Yeah, I saw
I will be honest
I saw
with you,
it
Matt.
so
It would
many
be
times
amazing.
already in Geekdom and singles, and like I like it, but I also like to see players going against another player. So I do understand they are both great. I just think Janine is better. So I'm gonna stick with that. Ben, do you want to point out other inconsistencies with Liam picking and stuff like that? Do you want to add on?
Two behind, Teresa. Two behind.
I will not pick on Liam because I've already picked on him tonight. So
thank you, Ben.
You're doing it only once. That's a nice rule. Oh, you're very nice. Okay.
Well, I mean, we always pick together and we always lose. So we basically bosom brothers at this point. Not this week, but yes, yeah. But usually
so
when we
why
pick
Oyama?
together, we lose. So Oyama because he studies, and I don't think Ethan Irwin does. And quite frankly, I will always pick the studier over just the pure knowledge because, as Edison once said, genius is 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. So basically, if you put in the work, you will. If you put in the work,
this just
you will
reminded me of something else. Sorry.
work hard. If you put in the work, you'll win. So that's why I picked Oyama.
True. Did we is Liam skipping over the comments where people make fun of him? I'm just asking. I think he is.
No, I laughed and I brought it up.
Okay.
Thank you, Thomas.
Okay. Then we needed to see it again. And the last match of the week that we know of is Rokavi Bateman, and you just have to pick that. You have 10 seconds to think about it. It's really hard because we saw them both play very great this year, and also some holes here and there. So there's a lot of history.
I maybe changed this before Friday, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. But you have until Monday to change it. I just said it. It's a rule. Okay. No, you can change until Friday. Whatever. Let's go with it. Do you all know?
Yeah.
3,
we got 2 picks from the chat.
1. Ben Bateman.
Bateman.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
When Liam said we will differ in these picks, I was like, what is he talking about? We will all pick the same, and it happened. Yeah,
I thought Matt was
I'm
going to go with
sorry.
Roca, to be honest.
I was
He can go to
struggling
tangent.
with that, but
I think we.
Because he said to me when Roca loses, he usually comes back and wins. So that's why I thought he
Yeah,
was going to go with Roca.
but that's also what Bateman does. So,
yeah, that was the problem. I'll be honest. If Danger Zone won against Corruption, I would go Roca, but
Yeah.
Danger Zone lost. So
yeah, the thing is, I like Ben Bateman. He's the heel that I like the heel work he does. It's funny, it's entertaining for me, um I just want him to win. Roca won a lot of times already. Bateman has won championship, and um I don't think I think he should have more with the work he does, and with how good he is. And it did feel like an omen in the corruption match when Mike said that Bateman is not playing with his heart, unlike Mike, and then corruption winning. It felt like that a little bit, but I don't actually think it's true. I think Ben is one of the people who love the Schmoedown the most, and who is one of the biggest fans, and he is always giving everything he
That's
has
why he put so
in
much
his
work
matches.
into it.
Yes, and I think he deserves more than one belt. He's like, yeah, he does. So if it's not the team's belt, then it has to be this one. So yeah, and I think based on all of these matches we saw, I think Bateman is playing a little better still than Roca, a little bit. So what about you guys? What do you think, Ben?
Liam can go first.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
Why?
Bateman's really good at getting into Roka's head, and
Yes.
that's the kind of why I picked him, because I don't think many people can get into Roka's head, but Bateman does it really well, and we saw that in Rushmore match, and I think he will be doing all of the antics possible to try and wind him up, and I think he'll be successful. And I think that will, if as soon as Roka misses a question, Bateman's going to rip him for it, and that will probably ruin his train of thought. So may not happen. Maybe he'll go perfect, but I think in general, even besides that, I think Bateman is a little bit better than Roka at the moment. I think Bateman overall, minus the corruption match, played really well in tournament, and I think he played better than Roka did in tournament. JTE was the star player of Rushmore.
Yeah.
Not to be rude, but he was. And Murrell was the star player, to be fair, of Danger Zone, but I think Ben's overall performance was better than Roka's.
Yeah, and the
he's
second
really
rounds
hungry.
were mostly Bateman in every match, so I don't want to say that Dan is the star player, because he did
Yeah,
get them
for
through
me,
the first rounds, but the second rounds are
Yeah,
very
true.
Yeah.
important.
I just
for
think
most of
he's
the teams, I
slightly
don't
better.
see an A or a B player.
But you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I went Bateman.
Okay.
Maybe
And
Roka
Matt?
will shock us.
So yeah, I went Bateman because this was my train of thought. So I just firstly thought, okay, Bateman will probably just know the categories he needs to learn to beat Roca, because then he can give him something he doesn't know and stuff like that. And then I remembered, okay, Roca has Barbarian, who knows Bateman pretty good and stuff like that. But I'm the same as Liam. I really think that Bateman is better than Roca in mind games, and if you can get into Roca's head, you can beat Roca. We saw that multiple times in many matches. And I think that's the biggest weapon of Bateman's in this match. But I do think that Bateman is playing a little better than Roca this season so far. I will not count out Roca ever, because I didn't think that he will be as good as he was against Ethan, for example. I know he lost that match, but he was really good. And
It went to sudden death, so
but I'll think that just Bateman is, from what I saw this season, Bateman is playing just a little bit better than Roca, and that's why I would like Roca to win, because as an old school fan, and Roca was the first big superstar. I always liked Roca because I just think he gave so much to these leagues, so he deserves everything he will get, and that's why I would really like him too. Because also I wouldn't mind to see him and Dan actually play for the first time for the belt. I think it's the storyline would also be an awesome storyline. So yeah, I don't think that will happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. And yeah, but Bateman, as you said, Teresa, also he has such a cl- many close calls in his matches that yeah.
The one difference between him and Janine is that he at least got the belt once, but like the 5-pointers, he has such a bad luck with them. I think
say
he should
yeah.
have won those matches against Dan, and
I-
I'm a big Dan fan, so
I think that him and Chance are one of the most
yes,
unlucky.
also true. Yes.
Unlucky. I'll be honest. I'll think that Chance is more unlucky than Janine, because Chance constantly gave awesome, perfect first round, perfect first round, perfect first round, and he didn't get it.
Yeah, but since he
that's
has
the
at
difference.
least 2 teams championships, and
Yeah.
I don't think like Janine has none, and yeah, and it wasn't even this was her first championship match.
But you
And
understand what I
Chance
mean,
had
like
a lot. Yes,
Chance
yes,
had such a good
I agree.
performance and losing on good
I
performances.
agree that in singles he deserves to get there because he's a great player and his record doesn't show that.
And and Bateman has the same problem, unfortunately. So
and they're both, even Janine, because you can see how she improves. All of those players are they prepare so much, they give it so much, they try so hard, they're great characters. That's why I don't like it, because they are not one of those like, I don't really care. They care so much, and that's why I want all of them to succeed. Yeah. Ben, are you ready to talk about?
As you guys have said, Bateman is the better player in my opinion. Hard pick again. I think Bateman puts more work into it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do. And most of all, because I'm really scared what will happen to me if Roka wins again.
That was brilliant. I loved this.
No,
yeah.
We don't want the yogurt. Wait, what was the name?
Yeah.
Benico. That was it.
Benico, yes.
Actually, I kind of.
Will he come back?
That's how I remember it, because of the yogurt. I kind of do want him back. I like Benico.
That's true. It's the thing is, I like when Bateman is going after people like Roka, because Roka is giving back as much. I just don't think that Roka has a chance to get into Bateman's head, and I do think that Bateman has that chance. Like, even after that corruption match, he wasn't faced. You know, it wasn't like, even though he said all of this stuff, he seemed to be really okay. And I don't think Roka has that kind of, he can't withstand this. I'm sorry, he can't. And I like when Ben goes after him. When he went after Kalinowski in that match, I was like, Ben, this is maybe too much. I don't know if I like it. Kalinowski is really nice right now, and I don't like that. So
yeah, but Kalinowski can handle it.
He can handle it. He can handle it. But is he even a heel this year? Does it feel like, because he doesn't feel like a heel to me anymore.
No,
he was very respectful towards Dan, and the stuff he said to Ben, I don't mind, because he was right. So yeah. And the last thing before we get out of here is the punishment, and I have one for Matt. Or Liam, do you want to do yours?
Oh, it's fine. You go.
Okay,
I'm excited for this. I don't know what it is. So.
Okay, so this will be more elaborate, because I got things where I would need to watch hours of terrible movies and stuff. So it will be 2 parts. You will on one of our shows have to do at least a 5-minute argument, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. You can choose. You need to write it down about why Rachel is a better player than Sam Levine and why she is higher on Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
also tell us why Sam Levine is overrated. And for a month, so 4 shows, you will have to try to say that Sam is overrated and get it into conversations and stuff.
Okay.
But be subtle about it, because it won't be
Subtle,
obvious.
yeah.
So
Subtle.
yeah, that's it. Do you like it?
Well, okay. I'll say this. It wasn't hard to write the argument why Rachel is.
But you have to say it like you're convinced, and it's true.
Yeah. I will do it. Okay, it's harder. The harder part is.
Why Sam is overrated?
Yeah, Sam is overrated. That's the hard part.
That's why there are two parts. I thought like that would be
especially the subtle part. So I cannot just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will be just like, oh, Marisol is playing. Marisol is a great player, unlike Sam Levine, who is very overrated. So something like that.
Do I have to like? Do I have to also bash like Sam's managing style or just him as a player?
Just say it's overrated, right?
Yeah, it's like generally overrated. As a manager, as a player, you don't have to bash him, but I just want to hear you say that multiple times, please.
Okay.
I think Thomas might have a heart attack if that happens.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Thomas, but he doesn't have to say that, and he can.
I really hope that Thomas heard that punishment, so he doesn't tell me I'm a traitor.
Hope he didn't. Okay, so we are getting out of here. First, thank you to everyone who was watching the show today. Thank you to new people who watched, like Justin, and please give the show a like. Subscribe, give us a comment. You can find us here every Sunday. We sometimes do watch along, so please check those out. And we are at Twitter at Euro_Schmoe. So follow us there. And I'm at Teresa_Sky. And please watch this again next week. Liam? No, I always do it.
So all the links for our Twitters and Instagrams are in the description. With the prediction league, if we get the schedule earlier, I think what we'll do is if we're all the same, we'll probably just leave it. But if we're different, we'll put a post or something.
We'll get Teresa to put it up on the Twitter. If we're all the same, if we're different, we'll do a video.
Yeah, we'll figure it out because we don't know.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yet.
Thomas, you are disappointing me.
Thanks for joining us as ever, Thomas. Pleasure having you on our show. Thanks, Leo.
And Leo. Thanks, Leo.
Thanks to the others, Justin and the others who popped in. Really appreciate it. We will see you next week when we hopefully will know what matches we're going to get because I don't know and I'm excited to find out.
Okay. Matt, do you want to plug your Twitter?
No, we said all the Twitter and everything is in the description and just follow us, give us a like. And please leave us comments with suggestions and like what you think of the show or maybe some segment you'd like to see to help us better produce and make the show. So
right, let's end it. She's put the crown on. Right.
Okay, let's end it. Right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.